You know what the boy was when he before he went to Europe?
Dude, that BMI is high.
230. No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, it really. Well, that's what it says.
No, I know. But I didn't stay on it long enough for that. I just do the weight and jump off.
It's high though, right?
No, my BMI is great. It's just way lower.
Is 200 good? I don't know.
I was 213 before I left for Europe. So you do the math.
So you just didn't eat?
No. I worked out. I fucking did crazy. I burned fat, bro. I look amazing. If you look at me, I look amazing.
You just didn't eat, but I get it. It's tough when you're on the road.
No, I ate.
No, I get it. It's tough. The culture's different.
Brendan is giving you nothing today.
Nothing.
That's not my BMI. What is that?
You and your
that BMI is
BMI.
so high. You Lizzo?
BMI is a very flawed metric. It only does height and weight.
It's so flawed.
If you have muscle, you're flawed.
Yeah, it's so flawed.
It sounds like two fat guys talking right now. Listen.
But we're not, though.
I bet your BMI is enormous.
Yeah, your BMI is, I checked, your BMI is 55.
It's not, though.
Your BMI is 55.
It's not.
What are you, 6'3", 240?
Trying to sell me on fat chicks.
What are you, 6'3", 240?
No, you're 6'4".
First of all, I'm 6'4", 241.
Okay, 1 pound off. This guy fucking.
That's what I was this morning, dude.
29.2.
Yeah, that's your fucking
bitch.
According to Google.
Yeah, that's what
you guys.
That's what this shit is. I just stepped on a fucking scale. I didn't even look. It didn't even calculate the water and the heart rate and all that shit. I just jumped off. It goes 25. I go, yeah.
I'm going to talk about Brendan Schaub's lack of education when it comes to the body, when it comes to training, and when it comes to nutrition as well. Specifically in this clip, though, we're going to talk about the BMI. Now, Brendan, and I'm just using him as an example because I saw this clip, and I would do it for anybody else as well. He is an athlete, apparently, right? He was an ex-UFC top 10 heavyweight about 10 years ago at one point in his life. And he tells everybody, every man and his dog, he likes to throw big weights around, and he does these 1 rep maxes and 20 rep maxes, and he's all about squats, bench and deadlift, bro, right? The alpha male. But the reality is he knows fuck all about training or nutrition just because he's an ex-athlete. And this is the same for most of the NFL roster, same for the NBA roster, NHL, the Premier League, anyone playing soccer. They just don't know about nutrition, they don't know about training, and they just are genetically blessed. And that's just how it is. But in this clip, it's quite embarrassing for Brendan because Chris D'Elia and even Erik, Griffin, who is fat and obese and out of shape, know more about the BMI than Brendan Schaub, who is an apparent athlete, okay? The thing that gets me with this clip is Brendan's sort of cocksure attitude, like he's an expert, saying, well, it must be true because it's on Google. And then he contradicts himself later in the clip. The reality is this. BMI is an absolute load of trash, and it was something that was invented in about 1830, okay? It is so outdated and so inaccurate. So if you're using BMI today, you are basically a dinosaur. It is an absolute crock of shit, right? It doesn't stand for anything. All it monitors is height against weight, which is so out of touch with reality, and as a marker of health, it's just so out of touch. And even the producer, whatever his name is, that skinny fat kid who clearly doesn't work out at all, he even knows it's a crock of shit, and he corrects Brendan on this as well. BMI is height versus weight, okay, which is just a flawed argument to begin with. It doesn't take into consideration bone density, doesn't give into consideration muscle mass, of course, the biggest one, and actual fat as well on the body. So when Brendan's calling out Chris D'Elia here about his weight gain and saying his BMI, it's not healthy, ignore BMI. It doesn't mean anything. And it's frightening that an athlete or an ex-athlete doesn't even know this, okay? Let's look at BMI in a bit more detail, okay, and prove its theory, how incorrect it is. A couple of things I want to talk about. The first thing is with BMI is you can take any athlete, let's take any running back or tight end in the NFL, and most of them will fail on the BMI test and be told that they are morbidly obese. All right. You can use Saquon Barkley. You can use any running back, whoever it is, Derrick Henry, whoever it is. Most of them will be obese on the BMI index. Okay. Because some of the running backs are like 5'9", 5'11", 6 foot, but they're like 215 pounds. 210 pounds, 220 pounds, you'd be in the 30 point something radius of BMI. These guys are fucking shredded. So how is BMI an indicator? Let's take Ronnie Coleman, okay? X 7 or 8 times Mr. Olympia. He was at his peak between sort of 99, 2003, I would say. The guy is 5'11", and he used to weigh on stage at his best was 295 pounds, shredded, absolutely shredded. I'm talking 5% body fat, right? A true 5% body fat, genetic freak. Guess what his BMI would be? 41.1. Is Ronnie Coleman unhealthy at 41? I mean, it's obviously no bodybuilder, he's not healthy, but if we're going off BMI here, he's classed as morbidly obese. The guy's fucking shredded. So it's more about genetics where these people are successful, not about anything else. The thing what gets me about Brendan, though, I've noticed while I'm going on a tangent here, is he's just uneducated about everything. All he does is the typical gym bro stuff. He just does deadlifts and bench. I don't even know if he squats. I doubt it, really. And he's all about 1 rep maxes or 20 rep maxes. 1 rep maxes are just a pile of shit for training. They don't stimulate any hypertrophy. They don't cause any stimulus in the body to produce any type of muscular growth. It's purely for a 1 rep max to see how strong you are. 20 rep sets, okay, they're okay. But if you're doing them all the time, it's just a flex, bro. You're just flexing. I can do 2.5 plates aside for 20 reps. Just flexing, like, you're strong, cool. We know you are. But it's just flexing at the end of the day. And also, don't listen to someone like Brendan Schaub, right? This guy, we have to remember, first of all, before I go into him, let's talk about Delia. Delia showed a screenshot saying he was 200 pounds. He came back weighing less after his trip to Europe. All right. Now, he's not lost 14 or 15 pounds of fat in 2 weeks. It's just impossible. Most of that will be water loss. And think about it. He's probably been eating a lot cleaner in Europe, cleaner food overall. He's been more active, probably. He's been working out a lot. He's probably been drinking more water, but a lot of it will be less sodium over there. He's just not eating as much shit as he would do otherwise in America. I can guarantee that. Might be dehydrated from flying everywhere. Maybe he's not been drinking as much. There's lots of electrolyte imbalances. There's lots of things going on, but it's mainly water that he's lost, and it's not fat. He might have lost 1 pound or 2 pounds of fat, and I'm being generous. I don't know how long he was away for. The thing with Brendan Schaub, he said he's 241 pounds at 6'4", which of course would put him unhealthy on the BMI index, which everybody knows is a crock of shit. Brendan Schaub, he isn't that muscular. I'm just telling you as it is. Yes, I'm not an ex-athlete. Okay, whatever. Doesn't give a shit. I'm still more knowledgeable than him in this industry. He is not a big muscular guy at 6'4" at 241 pounds. I'm 5'11" and I weigh the exact same as him, and I guarantee I hold more muscle than Brendan Schaub. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The guy is on a cocktail of drugs, which he's admitted in front of Joe Rogan to get brownie points. He's on testosterone. He's not on a therapeutic dose of testosterone. I guarantee he'll be taking probably 5 times the therapeutic dose of testosterone, plus other steroids on top of that. He'll be possibly on nandrolone, anavar. I don't know if he's on D-bol. He might be on trenbolone as well. He'll be on a cocktail of stuff. On top of that, he's already taking peptides as well, okay? And whatever else he wants to take as well. And his scorpion milk as well. Milk, not milk. My point is, he's holding a shit ton of water. His true weight is not 241 pounds. Do you know how much water peptides alone make you hold? He could be easily holding between 7 to 10 pounds of water from peptides alone. On top of that, testosterone, you can easily hold another 5 to 6 pounds of water from testosterone and any other ancillaries that he's on. He's probably walking around at close to 220, my guess would be. So don't take his weight as gospel. don't think it's pure muscle, and don't think as sure as fuck he knows what he's talking about. Because he really doesn't when it comes to drugs, when it comes to training, and when it comes to nutrition. He knows fuck all. The guy does not eat well. He's always eating racks of ribs out and about. The guy doesn't know macronutrients. He doesn't do anything. He did a carnivore diet because his little bum buddy Joe Rogan did carnivore diets. He's done keto. He's done it all, which are just not sustainable. That guy doesn't track his food. He doesn't track anything. He just turns up. He's a genetic freak. He's strong. He's definitely strong. But he sure as fuck doesn't know what he's talking about. So don't listen to people like him. Other athletes don't really know what they're talking about as well. Like I said, they're just genetic gods. They're gifted. And Brendan is gifted. He's a strong, powerful, athletic dude. There's no two ways about it. But in terms of BMI, don't listen to people like him. He's talking out of his asshole 1000%.